Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, it's me, it's Heather. Hey, welcome back. It's October 9th. I came back from Mexico. This is still recorded, pre-recorded. Brand new episodes will be out on the 11th, like brand new. When I come back from Mexico, I'm going to record on the 10th, which is whatever day it is, and start recording brand new from then. It will be October 11th, will be updated since my trip. Just an FYI. But I wanted to get this full week or so, full 10 days, so I don't have to come back and rush into anything and I can get back to life. So, anyhow, today is what day is today? October 9th. Happy Friday. What my husband always wrote to me before we were dating, while we were dating. Happy Friday. Okay, so this one's really short as well, but this one's really good, really good. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Heather Hope. I am a law of attraction business coach. I, in fact, used to be a licensed psychotherapist for 12 years. I was in the field of psychology for about 20. I worked on 2 doctorate programs, one online, which, holy moly, online, that's a lot of work. Anyway, and one at ASU. I was in their mind-body psychology, which was called the doctorate of what was it called? Behavioral something. Oh, I don't even know. It was like, and in fact, it was 10 years ago. That seems insanely odd to me, but yeah, so there you go. But I worked on 2 doctorate programs, and then I ran out of student loans. Actually, that's a lot, but anyway. So I have my master's in counseling, bachelor's in psychology. I have all of that background, and then I left it. I left it all when I needed more flexibility. So I went into coaching about 6 years ago, online coaching, because I wanted to stop being so, I needed to work from home. So anyhow, so for the last 6 years, I've been an online coach, working with clients all over the world, like over 100 countries. I have met people and helped them. And so I got into business coaching because I absolutely love business. I come from a whole side of the family who are all entrepreneurs, all multimillionaires, all self-made, super amazing business people, businessmen, in fact, really. And I just love business. Love it. So, and I love implementing, like really truly understanding. When I got into law of attraction many years ago, I really dug into it when I got into Abraham Hicks just about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, got into Abraham Hicks, and then everything changed. And trying to build my own business is how I got into business coaching for law of attraction, because I needed to understand how the heck do I integrate law of attraction into building my business. And when I got into that, I attracted a lot of people really fast and who were also interested. So I got into that, really just dialed in on understanding that. And then I started teaching it, and based off of my own results. And here we are. So I don't even know where that came from, but I wanted to give you a little bit more background of who I am, where I came from, all my previous experience. I've worked with clients for over 25 years, probably. No, that's not even correct. Since I was 20, so 25 years, yeah. Okay, so now I do writing and I speak with my podcast, but I've wrote this book, The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's 366 days of inspiration for the entrepreneur. And the podcast is a daily podcast speaking more about those daily passages. So soon it'll be on your desk, I hope, where each day you can flip to the page, get that little bit of a tidbit. If you want to hear more, then you can just hop on over to either my podcast or on YouTube and check out the actual day that I talk about that. That's what I really wanted, to give you even more of me just talking about it. So, because I didn't want you to read this whole huge book, and I didn't really want to write it either. It's just easier for me to talk than it is to write a long book. It would be a really long book, though, too. Really long book. So I just cut to the chase and said, no, I want to do it on a podcast. So here we are. So October 9th, let's just jump into it. And it's one line. These are always the best, right? Imagine what you want more often. Period. At the end, that was it. Imagine what you want more often. More often, like daily, more often, every single day. Think about what you want. Imagine what you want more. Write about it. Visualize it. Meditate about it. Whatever it is. Go on a car ride. I have done this. What I call, this is what I call in my programs, I call it scenarios. I create scenarios of things that I want. So it's like a combination of like almost everything Abraham talks about, like scripting. It's a combination of scripting, visualizing, daydreaming, envisioning. You know, it's all very similar stuff, right? So I call it scenarios, and I do them verbally because I'm that person. I'm alone a lot. Well, when I go for a ride, I am. And I'm an only child, so I always had alone time. So I would talk to myself. Tell me if you talk to yourself. I love it. I try not to do it as much anymore because I can feel drained if I talk too much. Especially doing this podcast, I talk more. And so I try not to talk a whole lot. I try to actually think more in my mind instead of talking, because talking just kind of wears me out energetically. Like I'm just tired. So um so so what I do is I think about something that I want to just play with, like just play with, and just different things. And I create a scenario about it. Like I have like a whole interaction with somebody about it. Like I have a dialogue with them, like in my mind or spoken. And like say you want to win the lottery, right? And so a scenario of mine is actually winning and going to the lottery office and then doing the press conference. If I choose to do a press conference when I win, I'm not sure yet, but I've done the scenario many times where I think about what I'm going to say. So I'll be driving around in my car and I'll be like, okay, so yeah, hey guys, my name's Heather Hope. And I kind of think about what would I want to say at the press conference, like what to be prepared for this, right? Or so I'll do that, and so I'll think of like how much do I want to say, like what am I going to say, like yeah, I'm a law of attraction business coach, or I knew I was going to win, and I even did this, like what am I going to say, like here's my husband. I'm not even sure anymore what I would say, but I've gone through that scenario a few times. Sometimes I'll do the scenario of like an interview after that of like what it was like to do that press conference, or the if I didn't do the press conference, that I would just do interviews with one-on-one, with reporters. And what would I say, having that interaction, that actual interaction with the reporter, and what I would actually say. Does that make sense? So that's what I do in my life. I create scenarios of the actual event of what I want to manifest. And I just get really into it, and I just let my imagination go and just talk through the thing and whatever the dialogue is. And it's just a lot of fun for me. Maybe it's because I am an only child that I've always had that creativity of being alone, kind of having that sort of interaction with myself. I don't know. So, but the message today is imagine what you want more often, and in ways that you can, like in the morning, visualize what it is, and just, kind of like relax your mind and let something pop in your mind. Or if something you haven't put your focus on in a while, because I have a list of things, and then I'll realize I haven't focused on this car in a while, or this particular house in a while, or like sometimes I'll just dig something out, and it's like of my memory of something that I'm manifesting. Oh yeah, let's play with this without any like urgency or any like importance about it, or no attachment to it. Just let's play with this idea. Let's play with this particular thing. The car that I'm manifesting, envisioning driving that, because I test drove it, of course. And so I know how it feels to drive that. Let's pull that memory out and play with that for a while. So it's like playing with toys in your imagination, but they're manifestations that you want. There are trips that you want to take, houses you want to live in, clients you want to work with, interviews you want to have, whatever it is. Have fun with it. I do that kind of like as a pastime because I love doing them. I don't do them all that often. Sometimes they can go on for days in my mind, like literally days. The whole conversation in my mind could go on for, I'll just pick it back up. It's kind of like reading a book for me. Like I can just like bookmark it and then come back to it of like, oh yeah, that's where I left off on that story. It's kind of like creating a soap opera, creating a storyline in my mind of that event as if it's already happened or it's happening. Does that make sense? Let me know. But that's what I do. And for me, it's really enjoying. Gosh, I can't talk. It's really, what's that word? It's enjoyable. That's what it is. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's a pastime of mine. It's like that. It's like being that child again and having an imagination and playing with it. I have a lot of time on my hands. So, like, the more I can, distract my mind from anything I don't want or bad feelings or bad thoughts, the better. Since I don't have kids, since I don't go to a job, since I got rid of all my responsibilities essentially in life, I have a lot of time on my hands. That may not be the case for you because most people don't do what I do. I basically do the opposite of what everybody else does. Everybody else has like families and children and like the whole thing, right? And I'm like, nah, that's not really for me, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get rid of everything I don't, you know what I mean? And so then you end up with like a lot of time on your hands. And then for a thinker, because I am a thinker, that can get a thinker into trouble. When you have too much time on your hands, you can start thinking about things you don't want to really think about. So then you have to be more aware of how you're thinking. So then you got to fill your time with things to do. And so anyway, it's a whole nother thing. So I am going to leave you with that, read it one more time. Imagine what you want more often. That's it. Every day though. Do it every day. You have a list of 20 things that you're manifesting? Think about at least one every day. Think about them all, or think about, combining them all into one cool story or whatever it is. Have fun with it. Spend a few minutes, spend an hour, do whatever it is. Do it, when you're driving, do it on your way to work, do it first thing in the morning, do it when you fall, before you fall asleep at night. Fit it in somewhere, just like you would like your favorite sitcom or something, like 20 minutes of fitting that in of like, gosh, yeah, where did I leave off on that story? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we ended up in Italy, and so we're picking, we're driving along the coast, and whatever the story is, right? You just pick up where you left off, just like a book, just like episodes on a show on Netflix or whatever it is. Create your own story. Okay, guys, have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And yeah, bye.